Today we're going to spend a little bit of time with Ian Macleod Distillers. This is their Isle of Skye 21 year and it's a limited batch release. I like the presentation. It shows the Cuillin Mountains, which I think are an important region and important to Scotland and also to Isle of Skye. So it's a nice presentation. It's something that I think really matches the category of this well, and actually maybe is in a little bit of a upgrade to what this category is of 21 year. We're going to visit that today. We're going to talk a little bit about Ian Macleod Distillers. We're going to talk a little bit about Isle of Skye. So sit back and relax, pour yourself a nice drink, and let's enjoy this whiskey together. Isle of Skye is a little special. It's not something you see as part of every collection. It's not alongside every staple you can think of when you think of whiskey. But it has a place, and it's special in my opinion. I wasn't sure if I wanted to try Isle of Skye in the past. I wasn't sure if I wanted to add a bottle to my collection, but I'm glad I did. Because once I discovered what it was about, I was pretty much blown away because they have a special place, like I said. And it's something that now that I'm glad I know, I've actually visited other bottles, and we're actually going to review a bottle of 30 year here on this channel as well. So stick around for that also. Isle of Skye 21 year is a blend of peated malts. They come from the mainland as well as the Isle. And those are going to be Speyside, Highland malts, as well as some grain whiskeys for good measure. And that's actually a really good combination, but I also think what's interesting is because Ian Macleod has so much experience when it comes to blending, I know that what they've done here is going to be a good mix, and it's going to be something that we're probably going to enjoy pretty thoroughly. These are Cuillin Mountains, which are also here portrayed, Black Cuillin Mountains. They're part of the Ian Macleod estate. The Macleod estate really puts a lot of effort into protecting this fragile ecosystem. And I think all of us should do that. Not just because they're a distiller, but because it's an important ecosystem. And what we have to remember is a lot of times those springs where the water comes from have to be in a part of an area that has a lot of good minerality and has the fresh water and things that are very clean and nice. And so I'm glad that they're protecting that. And I think that's a really important thing for all of us to do. Ian Macleod Distillers is also a family owned and operated distillery, one of the few left. And because of that, they're allowed to be innovative. They don't have a higher up that they have to answer to. And they're allowed to do different kinds of flavor combinations and be a little creative. And I like that. I like people who push the boundaries, and I think that's what they're going to do here. And I look forward to enjoying a lot of Isle of Skye in the years that come. Let's take a look at this box. I think the presentation is nice. I like what they've done here. They've got like this wood grain, but it's not actually wood, but it's kind of like a wood grain feel and look, which is nice. You know, the lettering is nice. You've also got a little bit of gold up here. You've got a badge down here that shows the 21. It's also got the Black Cuillin Mountains on it, which I think is an upgrade, honestly, for this category in this year. So that's really nice. You've also got a map on the back with some text, which is cool. It talks a little bit about it being a superior blend, rich in history. Talks a little bit about Ian Macleod. And then it describes a little bit what they do with their malts. So I think that's cool, and it's a nice touch. Something that I think is important and people should read anytime that they get a bottle. You know, learn a little bit more about the whiskeys and wines and see what's in there. You've also got the map still portrayed on the sides of the interior box. Cool, very nice, nice touch. And then it's got like this locking mechanism. It feels like it's maybe magnetic. Yeah, pops in and out, holds it in place, really keeps it stable. Let's see what we think of this bottle. Yeah, it's a pretty standard bottle. This is something that you would normally see from Isle of Skye. I think they upgraded a little bit, elevated a little bit with this gold. And then I really like the foil. I love what they did the foil here. And they've got a label on it. And it talks a little bit about the nose, the palate, and the finish. But overall, I think a really good presentation, and honestly, a little bit of an elevation of what you would expect at this category in this year. I like the color. I guess this is like a chestnut. Yeah, I would say chestnut. It's a little brown, maybe orange, but it's got a nice color to it. Almost honey, as I guess what I'd say, chestnut honey. It's very nice. It's got a really good color to it, and I think that it's going to have a great taste. Now I'm going to go ahead and let's nose it and taste it and see what we think. I'm going to bring out my Glencairn glass, and I'm going to go ahead and open it. Got a little foil in here. Open it up. Nice. Looks like it has, I don't know, a little bit of a crosshatch on the cork. Ooh, nice, huh? Oh, it smells great. A little bit of spiciness, nuttiness. Well, let's pour it before we make that decision. Let's go ahead. Give us a nice little pour. Okay. And for sure you get some spices. For sure you get nuttiness. A little bit of peatiness, a little bit of smoke. I would say some fruit in there. For the spiciness, I would say maybe nutmeg, but I don't know. Maybe a little more of a warm spice. Some oak. It's a little woodsy, a little earthy, but very nice. Let's go ahead. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, definitely a little bit of a bite there. A bit of a bite. Pretty long finish. Full rounded. I would say, if I had to give it a smoothness, I would say this is about a 6 to 6.5. You know, 1 being the least smooth, 10 being the most smooth. It's a little bit of a bite to it, which is nice, a little bit of aggressiveness. But I mean, every whiskey is going to have its special place, and this one obviously has a special place for what it is. But yeah, very nice. Nice amount of spice, nice amount of nuttiness, and a good amount of woodsiness. Yeah, very nice. I want to give a few more palate notes just to make sure we cover as much as we can. I mean, there's a little bit of butteriness in there. Butteriness, I guess. I guess I'm saying it right, butteriness. You also get maybe a little bit of hazelnut and possibly some, I would say maybe cream soda. So a pretty complex finish, actually a lot better than I expected. And it's pretty long. You know, I would say medium long to long. I would say for this category and age, this is a really good find. I think the box and presentation is nice, and I think it would be a great gift for anyone, and it'll look good in your collection as well if you want to add something new to it. I think you should have at least 1 or 2 bottles of Isle of Skye in there, so this would be great. But for sure, this is a nice gift to share with somebody. I think it's something that you could take on a trip if you wanted to. If you were going to go by plane or if you're going to go by vehicle, I don't think it would be much of a problem. I would say the taste is great, and I would say for this category, you're not going to be let down. So certainly try this out. I want to thank you for learning about Ian Macleod Distillers, learning about Isle of Skye, and enjoying this whiskey with me. Please like, subscribe, and share. Sharing and subscribing is important, and also leave your comments. Let me know of any other whiskeys you want to try out, any watches or any wines. It's always important for me to know and be here to help teach you a little bit more or learn a little bit more with you.